All right, so check it out. We're going to dive in a little bit. We're actually going to be talking about the greatest salesman in the world. We're also going to be talking about be obsessed or be average. We've got some pretty cool clips with my man Grant Cardone that we're going to be bringing in. Some never before seen clips with my man GC. We're going to be diving into that a little bit today. We're also going to talk about really capitalizing on the day and living an 800% life. So I've got an incredible show for you today. Let's go. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations, because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right, today is Friday, July 29th, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, July 29th, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, there is a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World. This book has these scrolls that they challenge you to read. These scrolls 3 times a day, every day. And this morning I started a new scroll. The scroll marked 5. And I thought it just fit specifically with what we're talking about this week here in 800%, or here as we're talking about 800%. And so I wanted to share it with you, and I'm going to do that right now. I will live this day as if it is my last. And what shall I do with this last precious day, which remains in my keeping? First, I will seal up its container of life so that not one drop spills itself upon the sand. I will waste not a moment mourning yesterday's misfortunes, yesterday's defeats, yesterday's aches of the heart. For why should I throw good after bad? Can sand flow upward in the hourglass? Will the sun rise where it sets and set where it rises? Can I relive the errors of yesterday? Can I call back yesterday's wounds and make them whole? Can I become younger than yesterday? Can I take back the evil that is spoken, the blows that were struck, the pain that was caused? No, I cannot. Yesterday is buried forever, and I will think of it no more. I will live this day as if it was my last. And what then shall I do? Forgetting yesterday, neither will I think of tomorrow. For why should I throw now after maybe? That's a big one right there. Y'all need to be thinking about that. Why should I throw now after maybe? Can tomorrow's sand flow through the glass before today? Will the sun rise twice this morning? Can I perform tomorrow's deeds while standing in today's path? Can I place tomorrow's gold in today's purse? Can tomorrow's child be born today? Can tomorrow's death cast its shadow backwards and darken today's joy? Should I concern myself over events which I may never witness? Should I torment myself with problems that may never come to pass? No. Tomorrow lies buried with yesterday. I will think of it no more. I will live this day as if it was my last. This day is all I have, and these hours are now my eternity. I greet this sunrise with cries of joy, as a prisoner who is reprieved from death. I lift mine arms with thanks for this priceless gift of a new day. And so, too, I will beat upon my heart with gratitude, as I consider all who greeted yesterday's sunrise, who are no longer with the living today. I am indeed a fortunate man, and today's hours are but a bonus, undeserved. Why? Why have I been allowed to live this extra day when others far better than I have departed? Is it that they have accomplished their purpose while mine is yet to be achieved? Is this another opportunity for me to become the man I know I can be? Is there a purpose in nature? Is this my day to excel? I will live this day as if it's my last. You see, I have but one life, and life is not but a measurement of time. You see, when I waste one, I destroy another. If I waste today, I destroy the last page of my life. Therefore, each hour of this day will I cherish, for it can never return. It cannot be banked today to be withdrawn on the morrow, for who can trap the wind? That's a powerful line. Each minute of this day will I grasp with both hands and fondle with love, for its value is beyond price. What dying man can purchase another breath, though he willingly give all his gold? What price dare I place on the hours ahead? I will make them priceless. I will live this day as if it is my last. I will avoid with fury the killers of time. Procrastination I will destroy with action. Doubt I will bury under faith. Fear I will dismember with confidence. Where there are idle mouths, I will listen not. Where there are idle hands, I will linger not. Where there are idle bodies, I will visit not. Henceforth, I know that to court idleness is to steal food and clothing and warmth from those I love. I am not a thief. I am a man of love, and today is my last chance to prove my love and to prove my greatness. I will live this day as if it is my last. The duties of today I shall fulfill today. Today I shall fondle my children while they are young. Tomorrow they will be gone, and so will I. Today I shall embrace my woman with sweet kisses. Tomorrow she will be gone, and so will I. Today I shall lift up a friend in need. Tomorrow he will no longer cry for help, nor will I hear his cries. Today I shall give myself in sacrifice and work. Tomorrow I will have nothing to give, and there will be none to receive. I will live this day as if it is my last. And if it is my last, it'll be my greatest monument. This day I will make the best day of my life. This day I will drink every minute to its full. I will savor its taste and give thanks. I will maketh every hour count and each minute. I will trade only for something of value. I will labor harder than ever before and push my muscles until they cry for relief, and then I will continue. I will make more calls than ever before. I will sell more goods than ever before. I will earn more gold than ever before. Each minute of today will be more fruitful than the hours of yesterday. My last must be my best. And I will live this day as if it is my last. And if it is not, I shall fall to my knees and give thanks. This is the fifth scroll, the scroll marked 5, in the book called The Greatest Salesman in the World. Now, I've been reading the scrolls from these books every day for over 6 months now. And each scroll is more powerful than the next. It really has been. Each more powerful, each more poignant than the one that I read before. But I noticed something in this one this morning, though, and maybe it's a seemingly random coincidence or maybe not, but we're going to dive into something that I noticed about this specific one in line with the title of this clubhouse room, the title of today's show, and the title of the book, Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone, that we've been reading as a community. So before we go into that, though, you know what we got to do on this show. You know, we got to do some dancing on this show. Listen, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. All right? So we're going to get this object in motion this morning. We're going to get this body in motion. All right? So I need you to get moving. This is the part of the show we're going to do a little dancing. If you're laying down, now's the time to get up. All right? If you were laying in bed, get up. Let's go. It's time for you to get it rocking and rolling. If you're out there on a run, maybe you could run a little bit harder right now. You can run a little bit harder. It's just for like 2 minutes, all right? Just give yourself a little extra, all right? Maybe you're working out. You could add a few pounds, right? Add a few pounds if you're working out right now. Go ahead and make that happen, all right? Whatever it is that you're doing, I just need you to get in motion. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. All right, if you're on Facebook, share it out. YouTube, you know what to do. Those of you on Clubhouse, hit that little square at the bottom of the screen with the arrow out of the top of it. Let's go. All right, let's go. You got this. You got this. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. And I mean that. If you're watching on replay, drop a comment, say what's up. I'll go back. I'll say what's up to you as well. All right. So I'm going to start off. I see Toria is in here this morning. I also see Don Sankey and Araya in the building. I see Pamela and Miranda and Tom. My boy Elliot is up in here over on Clubhouse. I see Erica. I see Travis is in the building. What's up, Travis, with the pandemic of positivity? I see William and Sean. I see Jennifer and Maya. I see Jonathan's in the building. Selena's in the building. I see Duck. What's up? I believe that's my boy Ryan. But I see Duck is in the building. I see Amanda Sander. Great to see you, Amanda, and Pam and Renee and Maisha. I see Megan. I see Sol. I see Liza. I see Kate. I see Angie and I see Judy. I also see Andrea. Over on Facebook, I see Debbie is in the building. Tina Kelly Overfelt. Vicky Everett. Good morning. Ray Hatcher's up in here. Becky Buckholtz. I'm glad you're in the building. Tarika Simmons and April Johnson. Thanks for being here. Kim Fair. I'm glad you're here as well. My boy Ray Hatcher. Great morning, Mr. Ray Hatcher. Glad you're here. Whitney Wells. What up, girl? Great to see you. Dora Maria and AJ Anderson, my boy Rick Tamburino, and Mike Overfelt in the building. Yes, sir. Let's go. Tom Popelka is up in here. Gloria Bond, great to see you as well. My goodness, we got a packed house today, baby. That's what's up. Malcolm's here, James is here, Cody's here, Amy's here, Patricia's here, Kate's here, David's here. I love your logo there, David, with the Breakfast with Champions on it. It looks amazing. We got a packed house. We got a packed house on Clubhouse. We got a packed house on Facebook. I am super glad you're here. And listen, why I got your attention, we had some people reach out and we decided that we were going to put together a coaching and networking group as we head into this economic shift, this new season moving forward. So if you're in sales or in leadership, looking to advance your career, any of those things, I want you to come join me. This coaching and networking group is going to be $97 a month, all right? It's $97 a month. We're going to meet weekly. I will be up in there. I'm going to invite some of my friends to come join us to be able to answer any questions that might come up in this upcoming season. Ultimately, I just don't want you to have to go through any of these things alone. There's no point. We have a powerful community here, so let's leverage that community, right? We're going to network. We're going to meet. It'll be every Tuesday that we're going to get together. $97 a month. You can go to 800proof.com. That's 800proof.com. Or feel free to shoot me a text, 859-208-2351. Text me the word proof. I can give you some more details on that as well. All right? All right, let's dive in. I want to have this discussion, this really ironic thing, or call it coincidence, or call it whatever you want to call it. I think it's divine. But let's dive in. Let's talk about that today. Fair enough? Fair enough. Let's go.
And now it's time for the Morning 5 Quote of the Day.
Hey, check it out. So this morning I opened up my Morning Five planner. At the top of every page of the Morning Five planner, there is a quote that is submitted by actual members of our community. And the quote today was submitted by Jennifer Kaifesh. Jennifer Kaifesh, I believe I'm saying that right. And the quote said this. It said, "If God is your co-pilot, switch seats." If God is your co-pilot, switch seats. Put that sucker in the driver's seat, right? You hop over in the passenger seat, let him guide your life. And I thought that's a powerful quote. I hadn't heard that one before as I read it this morning. And man, I'm telling you, I love the Morning Five Planner. I love that you get to contribute into my life. I contribute into your life. We get to reciprocate that energy, right? It's amazing. And so I love the planner for that. I also love that in the Morning Five Planner, every month, we have a book that we suggest that we read together as a group, right? And this month, that book is Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. That is the book that we've been reading together. And I had read this book before, but it is different this time. It is hitting completely different this time. And that's what's crazy about books, right? The words on the page don't change, but ultimately we do. We evolve, right? So you read a book when you're 30, it's different than reading a book when you're 40. You read a book when you're 40, it's different than reading a book when you're 60, right? And you read a book with certain levels of awareness and education and understanding, and it becomes different, right? It becomes different each time. So I've evolved as a human. So the book's hitting different, right? I've grown as a human. So the book is hitting different. I've changed as a human. And so the book is hitting different.
Society is labeling, numbing people down to average, man. If you could just be average, then you'll fit in. But that's not who changes the world. That's not who makes a difference. That's not who creates industries. That's not who gets the freedom they want. And as long as I fought that, okay, for the first literally 45 years of my life, I fought this idea that I would be rich, I'd be famous, I'd have the hot chick, all these things. I fought it because I had people around me saying, dude, don't do that. You say too much, you have no filters, you can't control what you say. I mean, you see this in society. You know, maybe my mom was like, hey, Grant, you know, you're fine just the way you are. And I'm like, well, that's good for you to say. You know, people like the whole therapeutic community says, you need to love yourself the way you are. Dude, no, you don't. If you know you have more potential, you should not love yourself just the way you are. Why would you lie to yourself? People need to find their obsessions so that they're not average. Like, if you don't find the things that you're obsessed with, if you don't find those things, then you're just going to be average. You're going to be in the passenger of somebody's seat. And regardless of where you are in your life now, whatever your excuses or your ideas are, or whatever's going on in your life, whether you got kids or not kids, or young or old, you know, I've been in every situation in my life that you know, some awful. And what did I want to obsess with about at that moment? Did I want to obsess about how limited my options were, or did I want to obsess about how much potential I might have had in that moment to change my life?
Here's what I noticed as I was reading these two things, right? So I'm reading the scrolls 3 times a day, most days. And then I'm reading Be Obsessed or Be Average. And I noticed something. I believe it's chapter 11 or chapter 12 of Be Obsessed or Be Average. I noticed there was a part in there where Grant Cardone starts talking about time, right? He talks about time being his greatest commodity. And then also there's another segment where he's talking about his goals. He's talking about his goals, and he says that when he writes his goals, he never looks at yesterday's goal, and he's never worried about tomorrow's goal. Ultimately, he just writes down whatever it is in the moment, right? In whatever he's feeling right there. He's only acting in the now. And so I was like, well, hold on a minute. Okay, this is clicking, right? Like this is together. Now, over time, if you keep writing down the same things, you start to develop a habit or a pattern. You start to understand that that's really the thing that you're obsessed about, right? And so this morning, as I'm reading the scroll, which I shared at the very beginning of the show here, I heard both of these things together. I will live this day as if it is my last. When writing the goals, not looking at yesterday's goal or tomorrow's goal, ultimately what we can accomplish for today. Time being our greatest commodity, right? And so, as I was putting all of those pieces together this morning and I was writing today's episode for you, the thing that hit most was we simply cannot take for granted a single day in this thing called life. We literally must, in order, I'm sorry, it's not a must. For me, it's a must. I don't know about for you. I can't speak for you, but for me, it is a must. I must live every day at 800%. Like, I must live every single day at 800%. Like, huge 800% goals, right? Like, gotta attack the huge 800% goals. Huge, massive 800% effort and energy every day, right? People are like, Glenn, how you got all that energy every day? Because this might be my last day. Could you imagine? Somebody meets me for the first time today, and I'm like low tone, low energy. Oh, I'm groggy. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I am. And then I die. And that is the only memory they have of me. Is this low tone, low energy? Like, what? Like, are you crazy? Y'all know me. Y'all have seen me. Those that have seen me, that have spent time with me, y'all know me. Y'all get me, right? Y'all, that's one thing. You could say, oh yeah, Glenn was high energy. He was a great dad. He was a great father. He inspired people. But if somebody met me today and I wasn't that, and I died tomorrow, that'd be the only memory they had of me. I'm not okay with that. So it's 800% energy every day. You see, we've got to have 800% love every day. Love for our spouses, love for our children, love for our friends, for our family members, the people we spend every day with, right? 800% patience, 800% understanding, 800% passion in our lives. 800% fire. Bring that 800% fire every single day. Like 800% grit and spit and all of the things that make life worth living. You know, it's interesting. Grant Cardone, you know, some of y'all think I probably blow smoke up his butt, but I've been watching this dude's career since I was 19 years old. So for 25 years, Grant Cardone's been a part of my life. And luckily, over the last few years, we've been able to become pretty good friends. And I was running the math based on some numbers that I know, some revenue numbers that I know about his company. And when I was running the math, check this out, all right? I'm going to give you this number. $1.8 million a day. I'm going to say that one more time for those of y'all in the back, right? $1.8 million a day. That's the type of revenue that's coming in for his organization, you know, roughly. Obviously, don't, you know. But $1.8 million a day, and yet he still beats the sun up every day. I know some of y'all be like, man, at $1.8 million a day, I'm not getting up. 1.8 million a day. I ain't gotta go nowhere. I'm sleeping in. I'm doing the thing. Dude, I'm telling you, $1.8 million a day. And he still beats the sun up. You see, living that 800% life, that means being obsessed. Being obsessed about this thing called life. Being obsessed about squeezing every single last damn drop out of each and every day above ground. You See, living this 800% life is to rise every single day with intention and purpose so that you can evolve into the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Ultimately going out and making an impact in the world. Now listen, I love you. I really, really do. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I implore you to not let a moment slip by that you're not stepping into that 800% life. But I just think that that's so cool to be able to see the work. Yeah. Grant, people talk about work ethic. They talk about hard work. What level of work and intentionality does it take to reach the levels that you've gone to and the ones that you intend to get to?
So, again, discipline's not something you're given. You're given the inspiration to go do something. I don't know where that comes from, right? I got to assume that comes from something I don't understand, something bigger than me, something greater than me. But it's up to me to follow that light, to follow that inspiration, to follow that instinct. And my discipline is like, people talk about, Gary Vaynerchuk told me he works harder than me. I'm like, you don't know anything about me. Like, how would you even know that? I just can't believe you would work harder than me. Okay. All right. I mean, what's it matter? What does it even matter? The only thing that matters is how hard do you work, and are you consistent doing it? And are you doing what you want to do? Because work is not a contest, right? It's a personal thing. Like, I work because I want to feel good about myself. And when I was 16 years old, I lost my self-respect. And it's my belief that when you lose your self-respect, you become a criminal. And you will start doing criminal things. And I was doing criminal things. By the time I was 19, I was full-blown legal criminal, okay? And I think I know a lot of very spiritual people, man, that are criminals. And just because you're not in jail, just because you didn't get caught, just because you hadn't, because there's no law written on the way you treat yourself, that you discuss yourself, despise yourself, you don't do what you say you're going to do, you said you would, you didn't. Those are crimes, man. Those are freaking crimes against your own life, your children, right? So everything that I'm doing in my life, I do what I want to do for me. Like, I'm not doing it for anybody else. I came here today for me because I knew doing this for Glenn would make me feel better about me. It will give me another sense of self-respect for myself that I did for another man, another human, another being on this planet, what I would have wanted done for me. Brian Benstock grabbed me at the end. He's like, man, you showed up. He didn't know I was coming.
He didn't know until just before.
He's like, that's what makes you you.
That's right.
Okay, but I didn't do this for Brian. I did this for me. Okay? Yeah, thank you. So like the selfish thing, I am selfish. I'm selfish. I think that you guys need to be selfish, okay? I'm not trying to make my wife happy. I'm trying to make me happy. I'm happy, my wife will be happy when she finds her own happiness. She's in Mexico today, stuck in an airport somewhere. She texts me, she's like, they can't find a crew for the plane. I'm like, ha, ha, ha. That shit has happened to me freaking 500 times. Right? Now you know what I went through to get you. Okay? Okay, that's what you get for putting me through that stuff that you put me through. So it's a true story, right? So I just got a little different slant on the whole game, right? So my mind is like, I'm gonna do for me what's right for me. When we buy real estate, I buy it for me and my family. And then I tell people about it. You wanna roll with me on the deal? We were driving up here through, you guys probably don't know it, you're probably not from here, but that little back neighborhood right here behind the airport, we drove through and I'm like, oh my God, somebody's gonna make a fortune in this neighborhood right here. And he's like, this is kind of the leftover. I said, I tell you, there's money right here in this neighborhood, 3 blocks behind this place. Somebody's gonna make a fortune in those little, what are they called, Ryan? Yeah, those little the Victorian homes behind us. So I just have this instinct that I follow, right? And then my job is to follow my instinct and make sure it's right. You understand?
The job is to follow your instinct and make sure it's right. Make sure that it's right for you. Make sure that it's your passion, that you're living your best life. That when you do for you, when you become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Those around you will feel it. They'll feel that vibration. They'll feel that love. They'll feel included. They'll feel as though you're inclusive. So listen, we've been talking all week this week. 800%. Taking those dreams, those visions, those goals, the ideas, the imagination that you have, and extending it far beyond what you ever thought was possible. Do it for you. You deserve it. You've come a long way. Do it for you. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this week's series on 800%. I hope you have found it as valuable as I did. We will be back again on Monday morning with a new series at 5:30 a.m. Until then, I'm going to head over to Clubhouse. If you want to come join me on Clubhouse, we're going to discuss this a little bit further. You're welcome to do that. If I don't see you over on Clubhouse, have an amazing, incredible, over-the-top, fantastic, absolutely powerful weekend. All right. And then I'll see you back here at 5:30 a.m. on Monday, and we'll do it all over again right here on GM3X. All right. Get out there and have an incredible day. Oh, and make sure you come join my group, 800proof.com. You feel me? Let's go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my